I think.
Hmm.
No, it's still showing, waiting for crash codes.
Oh, well,
Why
I
though?
don't know. Let me see.
Um,
Let me see.
let me check.
Sometimes.
At crash
Nah, you are live.
codes.
You are live.
I'm live? Okay, I guess that's some problem. Yeah, I see.
Y- Yeah, I see it,
Um,
and I see Abhishek is there, but oh yeah, and I see it
he was
now.
here
So now the
hours
messages are
ago.
popping up. Oh, he was just staying in this extreme waiting room or something.
Awesome. Let's just wait for 2 minutes before we get started, I guess. Let me just fix the thing. Yeah.
Hey,
Wait, someone's here.
Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Abhishek. How's it going? We're doing some technical things, making sure everything is working properly. So
Yeah,
because
because it's my
you
first
set
time.
up. Right. It's your first time doing a live stream on YouTube, right? But you've done them before on
Hey,
have
yo,
you done them on
Woodbuzz
like
here.
Twitch or something?
Yeah, I've done it on
Yeah, Upa.
Twitch. Hey, Woodbuzz.
Hey, Upa. Upa, this is the kid I was telling you about that you should talk to. I'm still trying to get you two to talk.
Woodbuzz
Hmm.
should like wreak some havoc in my stream now.
Oh, is has he done that before, or is this his first time
No, no, this is my
at
first
your stream?
time. This is my first time doing a stream. So
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you did streams before on Twitch. I saw your stream before. You were like doing some coding
yeah, it was
stuff.
just a single stream. It was just a single stream. I
Oh, it was
never
just
did
one. Oh,
something
okay.
like this.
Okay, so
Hey,
Upa hasn't had the chance
Abhishek.
to come and troll
Hey,
regularly.
what up? Okay, so
Hello.
hey everyone, welcome to the 404 podcast with your host Krishna, and here we have the awesome Ellie Zubrowski with us. Can you please introduce yourself for the sake of the podcast?
Okay, I'm Ellie. Hello. I love cats, playing League of Legends. I'm a developer advocate at Pieces. I know, Krishna, you know all about Pieces. No, you're not too late, Abhishek. We just started, so you're all good. But yeah, I'm really excited to be here on this podcast. I guess the topic was like productivity or something like that, right?
Yes, it's about developer productivity and life hacks. Just some fun discussion.
Okay, cool. And yeah, Upa says 404, but I found your podcast.
Congratulations, Udva.
What do you say?
You passed the mortal stage.
Good job, Upa. Upa wins some points.
So yeah, so let's start the actual discussion. So talking about developer productivity and life hacks, like why do you think it even matters? Why do you think developers should be productive? Can you please give your point on this?
Well, I think it's pretty important. Otherwise, I don't think, if you weren't a productive person, then probably people wouldn't want to hire you, right? If you weren't a productive developer. But I think productivity is important in just you could see like if you go in any self-help aisle at a bookstore, like there's so many books about productivity and, you know, creating new habits and stuff. Yeah, you have to install pieces. That's a
Okay.
prerequisite to watching this live stream, by the way. You have to install pieces to watch. But no, it is really important. I've read so many like books about it and everything. So, always trying to be more productive. But I don't know. What do you think? Is it important? I think most people agree that it's an important thing to be a
Yeah, I
productive
think
human being, right?
I think productive like really helps you like efficiently work and then manage time along with it, and then it helps you create a balance between your work and then the like stuff you do, like your hobbies and all. Being
Right.
productive is
Yeah.
very like not only if you're a developer but in every single career or path, it's really necessary to be productive.
Yeah, definitely. And if anyone in the chat has any questions or wants us to talk about something specific, just let us know and we will definitely answer the questions. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's anything that you want to know about like productivity specifically.
Yeah.
Um,
So, can you please share some of your like cool productivity hack that that you think is not that much famous, but does help you with some stuff? We'll really love to know about it.
yeah. Well, so it's funny that you chose the topic of like productivity because I feel like I am someone who has problems with, managing my time. So basically, I the way that I am productive is I go in like these spurts of, I don't know if that's even a word. Did I just make up that word? I just go in these time periods of productivity where it's like I'm productive for, a couple hours straight and I just don't do anything else. And then after that I'm just like, well, now I'm very tired. So I think the ideal situation is, you do the Pomodoro method, you take breaks and, do 30 minutes and then take a 5-minute break or something. I heard that works. And I tried to do that before, but I feel like when I get in the zone with doing something, I need to just do it. You know what I mean? And if I stop, I'll get distracted by something else. So kind of how I work is just do what I need to do and spend like hours in a row without eating food. But I try to remember to like drink water. But yeah, I feel like my method is not really the ideal. I shouldn't write a book about this method. It's not a good method. So, but that's how I do things.
No, but that works. If that
Yeah.
works, that's fine.
Yeah, it works for me, but I don't think it could work for everyone. I see Rosie's in the chat. Hey, Rosie.
Hey,
Um,
Rosie. Would as a question.
Yeah, but it just means that developer advocates love to eat avocados, guacamole, tacos. You put like some guacamole in there. Chipotle, I always get guac on my Chipotle. So that pretty much like means that it was my fate to be a developer advocate. That's what the relationship is. So hope that answers your question. But yeah, it is the ADHD struggle. I think that's partially it because I will focus, like I'll get hyper focused on certain things and then I'm super productive. But if I'm not really into whatever it is that I'm doing, it's really hard for me to be productive or focus on whatever that thing is. I have to have like some level of interest. Otherwise, I am just going to be like sitting there staring at the screen. So, but if I'm really interested, then I can be super productive.
I have some similar experience. Like people use a bunch of productivity tools with timers and all, and they manage time so much. But it's really difficult for me. Like
Yeah.
I just start to work, and until I don't finish it, I just don't stop working. And then until I have the energy, I keep working, and then I finish the work.
Right, right. And I guess the thing is with you mentioned productivity tools. So aside from my weird productivity methods, I guess, like my the way that I do things, one thing that has helped me is, I'm really easily distracted by things. So if I have a bunch of stuff up on my screen, then if all the things that are up are relevant, it's fine. But if I go for example, like what if I wanted to I saw your tweet on Twitter and you said, "Oh, I have this new video on YouTube." And then I go open up a new tab and I go search for your YouTube channel. But right when I opened up the new tab, I didn't even get to YouTube yet. I suddenly now I'm on Twitter. And I have like forgotten to look at your YouTube video. So that's what happens if I keep switching from this to that. So one thing that has helped me is I really like, Pieces has the Obsidian extension and then the VS Code extension where you can, ask questions in the ID or in the what is it, notes thing in Obsidian. That helps me because then I won't get lost in like Google somewhere. I like open up Google, I want to go to ChatGPT or something, and then now I'm doom scrolling on Twitter, and that happens to me, all the time. So
Yeah, pieces has helped me too. I gotta admit that.
yeah. Yeah, and then Kyle said, "If it
Um,
ain't giving dopamine, I don't want it." Yeah, no, same. Like, I literally don't want it. If I can't get some kind of, you know, happiness from doing it, I really don't want to do it. So,
hey Rishika.
yeah, but what
Okay,
about you,
so
Krishna? What do you think?
can you please tell me about what?
Oh, just about like, you know, how you do things. Do you get lost, or are you just like super productive and you never forget what you're
No, no, I'm
doing?
never super productive. I'm never super productive. I start working on stuff, and then I have the energy that I'll work, and I finish the work. That's the point. But between the work, I also get distracted by a lot of stuff, and then I go into what's that called, procrastination, and then
Yeah.
I suddenly remember that, whoa, what am I doing? I was doing that work right now, so I have to go back again, and then that's a waste of time. But that has reduced recently, but it has cost me a lot of my precious time.
Right. Same, same. That's why I need to have something up, like a to-do list or something. I like to just have my to-do list on a notepad or something next to me, because then I'm like, all right, at least if I forget what I'm doing, I can go back and do it uh right away. So,
I have this piece
yeah.
of paper hanging around my desk where I have like written what I have to do today, and then I write with pencil, and then I keep it stuck around my desk, so it helps me just look at it and remember that I was doing this and that.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, Upa said I learned some amazing things yesterday from Ellie about pieces. Yeah, I don't know if Rosie's still in this chat here, but me and Upa talked for like an hour yesterday. I was doing the user interview for the technical writer thing, and so we ended up talking for a long time, and so the video is kind of long. But he screen shared and showed me so many things about like how he uses pieces, and I found out he didn't use live context. Like, he's never used it. So I was like, you got to turn it on and use it. And I think it like just completely Upa was like, whoa.
Life
What?
context is something mind blowing.
It was
Like
crazy.
he has to go like crazy.
Right. No, he literally was like, his reactions are so funny because Upa, when I showed him live context and he was like, what is can you summarize my article about GitLab? And then Pieces was like looking at his article in Obsidian, but he was using the desktop app, and it like summarized it perfectly. He was just like exploding. His face was just it's so funny. So yeah, Upa gave a lot of really good feedback yesterday. By the way, if you guys don't know, in the chat, I'm interviewing Krishna right after this. Not live, but I'm interviewing him about how he uses pieces for technical writing. So we'll see. Maybe I'll find out you don't know about some huge feature and then you'll be mind blown too. But we'll see.
Okay, so like, can you please share how you manage your time? Like how do you think you manage your time?
Well, okay. So I manage my time in a bad way. I'm definitely not the most okay. I do have a perfect ideal world where sometimes I manage my time in perfect ways for a period of time, and then I forget about it, and then I go back into this zone of like, okay, I'm going to be super productive for a few hours and then like totally be exhausted after that. That's not the ideal version, right? So I do have this ideal version where you know, I wake up at a normal time, and to be fair, I have been like really good about sleeping lately. I don't know if you know this about me. I have a really terrible sleeping schedule, but recently, like the last month, it's been really good. I'm like proud of myself. But the ideal situation is if I do the Pomodoro stuff that people preach about, and they're like, oh, you know, every 40 minutes or whatever it is, take a 5-minute break. Actually, that does really help if I remember to do that, because then I'm not like stressed out. And I think in that 5 minutes, you can kind of refocus and think about, you know, what are my goals? What am I actually working on right now? And make sure you're being productive and not just wasting your time doing something. So yeah, the ideal situation would be like I do the Pomodoro, and in the middle of the day somewhere I need to work out. Like if I go to the gym or do some sort of exercise, like on a walk or something, go swimming or something like that, I feel like after I do that, maybe it's because like the blood gets flowing and you got a lot of energy. At least for me, if I work out, I'm like super energized after. It's like drinking, like 3 espressos. So after that, then if I go and I work on something, I'll be super productive. But I always forget. I always forget that that happens. So I just keep, I'm like, oh, I'm so busy. I have to do all this stuff. Um, and I'm, I don't have time to go to the gym. But actually, the gym would make me more productive, and then I would spend less time doing that stuff. Does that make sense? So in the ideal
Yeah.
world, I would be doing Pomodoros, gym, super productive life, but it's hard to maintain those habits. So I'm still working on that.
Like I think your time management is pretty random. Like you just go with the flow, how it works out.
Well, yeah, sometimes I'm like that, but recently I've been like time blocking on my calendar. So I basically manage everything that I'm doing on my calendar, and I make sure like that if I don't do that, then it will be super random and I might get distracted. So I need to say like, okay, for this 40 minutes, I am just doing this. Yeah, and Kyle, I think chugging 3 espressos is not healthy. So I think the benefit of working out is that you move your joints around and you get a little bit healthier, right? Because you're sitting in like a chair, or I'm standing right now, but it's healthier than just drinking. I already drink enough coffee, Kyle. So and
For
then
me,
and then
like time
Abhishek said,
management is difficult.
sorry.
For me, time
Sorry,
management
what
is
did you
very
say?
difficult. No, I was saying that for me, like time management is super difficult. Like
Yeah.
I cannot manage time. It's not my job. I start working often, really, really often. I use this
Mhm.
app on my phone. This is the default iOS timer app where I set timers and then I try to do my stuff in times,
You're
but
trying to
that's
do
rarely.
Pomodoro kind of. That's kind of like Pomodoro, right? You're just using your own timer though.
Yeah, it's you can say that, but that's really rarely. Like I cannot manage time. It's not my work.
Do you ever feel like when you turn on the timer, you get more productive? Because I use a timer
Never.
too. And so I feel like when I turn it on, I get more productive because I'm like, now I'm looking at the time and I'm like, what have I been doing for 5 minutes? Like, I better do something productive.
I do something
I don't
in
know.
a like when I turn on the timer, I get in a hurry that I have to do this task in this time, but I can never be productive with the timer on.
Oh, I do it like this where it's not a countdown. So I don't set it for like 60 minutes. I do the lap thing. So I just set it to go from, 0 to infinity.
Okay, it's a
And
stopwatch. Use a stopwatch.
right, I use a stopwatch. So it keeps going, right? And I'm not, cuz if I do like the timer 60 minutes or whatever, and then I'll be like, it's getting closer and closer. I feel like impending doom with the timer, but the stopwatch, I don't feel like it's gonna end. So, but I am looking at the time going, higher and higher, and I'm just like, oh, I better finish this soon. So I don't know, it makes me more motivated than a timer does. I don't know why.
Okay, and Abhishek here suggests that we should try chai instead of coffee. Yeah, Abhishek, I try that, but Ellie hasn't, I think. And
I
Ellie, you
have
should
tried
try
that
chai.
too. I have
No,
tried
you should
that. It
try chai
doesn't
on a
work.
regular basis.
I know I did. I did. I quit coffee for like I think it was about 2 months. I quit coffee and I was drinking tea and different types of tea and stuff. And it just was not working for me. It was okay, but my productivity was definitely lower than when I was drinking coffee, just in my opinion. But yeah, I also saw that Rosie and Upa are gonna talk. Yeah, and Rosie, in the video, I'll share it with you. Upa gives like really, really good feedback. So I'm gonna share it with the group later. It'll be cool. But yeah, you should definitely talk to him because he has a lot of thoughts about pieces and a lot of really good feedback too. If you could have any superpower to make developers' lives easier, what would it be? Um,
I would
I don't
give
know.
them
Like if I'm gonna
some.
have a superpower, I'd
I would
rather
give
have
them
like something.
some. I just can't think of any stuff.
I don't
Wait, let me
know.
think.
If I want a superpower, like I would be kind of selfish and choose one that I think I would really want, and then be like, oh yeah, and it helps developers.
I'll
I
just
would
probably
want
add some focus.
I think I'd want to like teleport. I think I'd want to teleport. You know, have you ever seen that movie called Jump? I'm pretty sure it's called Jump or something like that.
Wait,
Let me
let me
check.
check.
Jump movie. Let me make sure. No. I think it's called Jumper. Yeah, it's called Jumper. So I think I would want that ability, but I don't know how that would help me code, but like I would definitely like jump into banks and like is that bad? No, I wouldn't steal money if I had that ability. I would not do that. I would do some, you know, coding in multiple countries. Now I'm just kidding. Oh, you know, if you had the ability to be a jumper, how can it help you with your coding and being a developer? You could go to like conferences without a plane ticket, right? You could go to like every conference you wanted to go to. Hmm? And there's a lot of talks you could learn, right? So multi-use power. So I would want the jumper ability. I think that'd be really. You could jump. You know, you see a picture of Mars, get on your spacesuit, jump to Mars really quick, and check it out. Because in that movie Jumper, all he needs is a picture of the place. I'm pretty sure, and then he can teleport to that place. But then the government started like figuring out that he was stealing money from all the banks and stuff. So
That's
anyway,
so
but
funny.
it's a really good movie. If you haven't watched it, you should. It's really good.
Okay, I will watch. I will watch.
What's your
I
ability? Now you
remember
have to think of one.
I had this thing in mind. Was yeah, I had to schedule a coffee chat with Udba, but I forgot it.
Yeah.
He forgot it, and then it's all done.
You
We
should talk to
should
him. He's really
talk about it
smart and
again.
he knows all about cool things. I think you'd like it. So
I need to talk to him about home labs.
right. You could have your own home lab. He's got a lot of cool things going on and yeah, he showed me what he was working on with his articles yesterday and I was like, cool stuff. Upa maybe is the person to talk to about productivity. I feel like he seems really productive. Just when I talk to him, I'm like, wow, you do a lot of stuff. So maybe he has the secret sauce. If Upa, if you have any secrets for productivity, feel free to let us know in the chat and enlighten us. Because I guess me and Krishna are like the not the sources for productivity actually.
Yeah, I don't even
But
know
here we
why
are.
we just hosting a podcast on this topic, but we're doing it.
Maybe it's because we both need help. We're asking for
Yes,
help from the chat.
that's the
Please
point.
help us. We need to become better human beings. So
Okay, so as a developer, when you like solve some problem or you have some really bad bugs in your code, like how do you approach the code to solve the problem? Like how do you approach the problem?
um, I feel like that's a very broad question. I guess if
No, like
I
my point is that do you go
mhm.
like writing an algorithm and stuff
Oh,
like
like what do
people
I do?
suggest, or you just go ahead and like just look at the code and then test every single thing out by doing console logs and stuff?
No, I'm not a console log person. I'm really just too lazy to do that. I guess I could do that. I guess I could do that. No, I would. My method is like, yeah, I'd look at it and try to keep changing it until it works, or I'm gonna go and ask pieces and be like, "What's wrong? Why is this not working?" And then if that doesn't work, if I ask like every AI possible, it's not working, then I'm going to go online and keep searching for something and be like, why is this not working? And then if that does not work, so I've exhausted all possible resources like my own brain, AI, Stack Overflow, nothing is working. Then I'm going to go find somebody that I know that's way smarter than me and ask them, and they will tell me the answer for sure. But I don't want to bother them. So otherwise, I'd be going to them like every day. But there are some people that I know that are like really good developers. And I'll ask them, I'll be like, why isn't this working? And then I have this really good friend. His name is Nikos. So he's a C#.net developer. So anytime I have like a serious problem, I'll go to him and I'll be like, what is wrong? And then he gives me like a hint. He doesn't want to tell me sometimes. He's like, maybe you should look at this file. And I'm like, oh, okay. At least I know which file to look at now. But yeah, that's sort of my method. I'll go through all the possible resources. But yeah, I don't really, maybe I should be a console log person, but I just don't.
Udba's
I just
method
don't.
is the best. I need to just talk to him about which brand to consider, like which
Brain
brand
bug
spray
spray.
should be. Okay,
Kyle uses
Kyle, just
the a better method
the OG
probably than
console
me.
log.
Yeah, I will do that if all else fails, then I will, like, how it works is if all else fails, I'll have to go back to the first thing that I probably should have done. So maybe my method is not the best. But usually the first step works. If I just ask like pieces and I say what's wrong, usually it works. So it's pretty reliable in my opinion. And AI is getting better and better. So, and I recently, did you see that yesterday or was it this morning? I saw this graph thing and somebody was sharing that every LLM has like a different level when it comes to programming languages. So some of them, I saw that some like llama or something was the best at C# code, and I was like, what? I never tried it. And I saw that. I did you see that graph? I have to find it somewhere, but the different
No,
LLMs
I
like have
didn't.
different levels of accuracy when it comes to each programming language. So some are better at certain programming languages. And I was like, what? That's crazy.
Oh shit, is that
I'll
even
find it.
true? I need to check that out.
I have no idea. It might have just been a totally fake graphic that somebody made and posted on Twitter, but when I saw it, I thought it was true. So
I need to check. I
I'll
need to
find
check.
it. I'll share it with you. It looks cool though. I was like, all right, well now I have to go try this llama stuff that I never tried.
Okay, the next point is somewhere I need some advice from you. My question is that how do you maintain a healthy work-life balance? Like, how do you manage work along with the personal life? Like when things
Um,
get pretty intense, you're like busy with a lot of work. How do you manage everything?
yeah. I will just usually set like a cutoff time. So after this time, I don't want to schedule anything else. So usually that's like 6 p.m. is like the farthest I'll go. Unless it's UPA. I talked to UPA after my cutoff time before, which is fine. But he can tell. He told me, he was like, you look exhausted. Like at that point, if I had any kind of meetings or like I had to talk to people after 6 p.m., then it would be bad because I'm already exhausted at that point. So I'm not gonna be like the best version of myself. Like this, we're talking right now, it's like 11 a.m. for me, which is totally fine. Like this is, I'm at a normal level of energy. But yeah, if I start, if I'm working on a personal project, then yeah, if I do it at night, it's fine. But that the thing is, like, if I start regularly doing that, it's going to impact my relationships, like with my family and my partner and stuff. They don't want me to be like coding in the middle of the night, right? Maybe they want to go and do stuff with me, like eat food or something. So, or I play games and with my partner. So like I have to have the cutoff time in my brain. Otherwise I'll keep going on and on and on. And I've done that before where I don't set the cutoff time and I'm just like, oh, I'll just end when I'm done. And that's not good. Like I have to finish around that time. Otherwise my life will go into chaos and then, people are going to be angry at me for not spending time with them. And yeah, so definitely that's kind of how I know it's really late for you right now, but you're in high school, so I guess you don't have time during the day, right?
No, Actually, I had a holiday today, and tomorrow is Saturday, so I'm pretty free today.
Holiday? What holiday is it?
Actually, it's not actually a holiday. It's some festival here, something local, and then the school was having some programs, and I just don't like going to school, so there's no way I was going for a program in school.
Okay, so you just ditched school today, basically. Okay.
It,
Um, but I see the chat said, my life's only been only work, not complaining though, I'm 21. Yeah, I think if you have time and you don't have other obligations, then definitely, keep on studying and doing what you're doing even in the middle of the night. Like I had a period of time where I was working on projects like till 3 in the morning, and for some reason I get super productive in the middle of the night, especially at that time. My schedule was just really wonky, but yeah, I don't think there's a problem with that if you don't have other things to do.
in case you didn't know,
Yeah.
Ashish has designed the thumbnail for this podcast.
Oh, really? It was really good. Did you? I told Krishna, I was like, "What? This is really good." I'm not saying
Yeah,
you're
he's a
bad at
designer. He
design,
designs
but
cool
I
stuff.
thought it was better than usual. I was like, "That's a really nice design going on here."
No,
Um,
I should admit that I'm just way too bad at designing. I just make things way too simple, and then they just look like a simple HTML page.
Right, right. I don't think you're bad at design. I just think like, the logo, I mean not the logo, but like the whole design for the thumbnail, I was like, this looks professional. How did you do this? I thought you got a template from somewhere. So that's really cool. And then I see
Now, like
Jason's
Ashish
here.
has
Hey.
some like of that. What's it called? Some practical knowledge, some creative thinking.
Oh, he's like a creative person.
So yeah, he
Is
designs
Ashish
cool
trying to
stuff.
be a designer, UI, UX designer or something?
I don't know. I guess he is trying.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I think if college does stress things all through the day, I'm just skipping college and I'm just doing productive stuff at home. I'm not wasting my time there.
Yeah, well, you're already really ahead of the curve here, so, probably a lot of things you're learning now, you might know a lot even before you get to college, you'll probably know a lot of what they're teaching. So if they let you do the classes online or something, you could just like sit and do whatever you want during the lecture. I definitely did that a handful of times as well. Like some of the classes were just really pointless. So I was like, well, I'll just do the exams when they come around. And it was fine.
Okay, let's then I should ask you a question about mental health. So how do you manage the stress you get when you just are in the middle of a like what do you call it, demanding project, and then how do you avoid burnouts?
Yeah, I think I've definitely been burnt out before. Um, I think how to avoid it. Okay, I don't know if this is a good answer, but I literally cannot let myself start watching Netflix series, okay? Because so I can't watch Netflix unless it's like a 8 episode series. I can't let myself do it. I can watch anime and stuff because it's just short episodes. Okay. The point I'm making is that if I let myself start watching Netflix when I'm in this really stressed out zone of my life, maybe I've been, overextending myself and my energy, then I will get burnt out because I start watching something and I'm finally like I can kind of detach from my stress a little bit, and then I'll be like, "Oh, this is really nice." And then I'll go into this like super not productive zone, and it's really bad. So I figured that out like a year or two ago, and I was like, I literally cannot watch Netflix. I only watch, YouTube videos and stuff because I feel like it's different. I don't know how to explain it. I don't get hooked. I love One Piece, yes. So I'm watching One Piece, but for some reason it doesn't like anime doesn't do the same thing to me as like a Netflix series. I feel like they really suck me in in this other way, but I really love One Piece, but I've been watching it, for so long now that I'm like, all right, I can manage my time watching it better, if that makes sense. And also the thing is like when I watch One Piece, I'm not like going to find other series to watch at the same time. I'm like, or I'm gonna go watch this right now and that's it. But yeah, I don't know if that is a good answer, but that's literally the only way that I can avoid it, is just don't get sucked into something super unproductive and figure out a better way to deal with the stress instead of getting sucked into this like not productive zone. I don't really know if that makes sense. Maybe a better solution would be like try to schedule things better, take some time, out in nature or go somewhere, fun, and take a few days doing something, not on the computer. And then hopefully you'll feel revived a little bit, like rejuvenated. And then you could get back to doing what you're doing without getting sucked into like a burnout zone hole of, depression or something. And then Upa said, if you have to give a presentation dressed as your favorite fictional character, who would it be?
My answer is Captain Jack Sparrow.
That's a really good one. Now I want to do that one. When I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking, which character do I really like, but also that I can act as easily and do a presentation as. I feel like Captain Jack Sparrow is a really good one. I don't know. I have to think about it. I really can't think of one. I don't know if I have. In One Piece, my favorite character is Luffy. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I would do a presentation as him because I feel like he wouldn't do a presentation. He wouldn't even be doing one in the first place.
Death Note. Pretty intelligent and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe hold on, let me think. Oh, do you know Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe I'll be like Zuko. I think that would be funny. Like if I did a presentation as Zuko, I think that would be good. But I don't look like Zuko is the problem. I'm also thinking like, who do I look like? And I can't really think of any characters that I kind of look like and can do a presentation as, and I like them. So there's like 3 requirements, right?
Wait, what if we ask this question back to Oud by that? What would your
Upa.
favorite character be?
What would be yours? Come on, Upa. Now you need it. Respond. I don't know. Who do you think I would be in like a character, any kind of character, like Disney, anime, whatever? What do you think?
Need to research on that. Who do you look like, and then I'll tell you.
Right. I'm like, I don't really think I look like any of them, so it's kind of hard. Hulk. That's who Upa would be. Yeah, I could see that. that would be pretty funny.
Pretty funny. Smash those cold.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then Anvisha will be Shin-chan.
Oh, nostalgic. You know Remy from Ratatouille?
Yeah, I remember.
I feel like he would be easy to. I feel like pretending to be him doing a presentation would be easy for me. But it would have to be about food, I guess. I don't know, but he's definitely not like my favorite. He's not a top tier character for me, so I don't know.
But it's funny.
It's
fun
hard.
To be him.
Sasuke. I want to be Sasuke.
Who's that?
Can I be Sasuke? From Naruto. His rival.
Okay,
best friend.
Sasuke Uchiha. I never watched Naruto.
But it's a guy.
I just watched one anime.
Keep thinking of guys. I've thought of 3 guys already. I don't know. This is too hard, Upa. I have to get back to you. Maybe one day I will have some. Oh, what if I'm a character from Harry Potter? Oh, what if I'm Voldemort? Doing a presentation as Voldemort. That might be cool. That might be good.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, that might be good.
Would
But
Woodbeck have a question that was so difficult to answer? I think his question should be like the toughest question of the year.
I know. Oh, wait, is this the character that I think it is? The person someone said Shin Chen. I know that
Yes.
show. Um so Abhishek said that. I know that show. It's I don't know what's the original language, but my boyfriend watches it in Chinese, and I'm actually really good at imitating that little boy
No, it was
character.
Japanese. It's Japanese, the original language.
Okay, well, I've watched it only in Chinese, and he's like, he speaks like this, um, mom, or whatever. I don't know. I can do it in Chinese, but I don't know how he sounds in English.
The Hindi
Who's?
sound is pretty funny. The Hindi sound is
Oh,
pretty funny
really?
if you ever get a chance to hear it.
Okay, I'll listen to it. If you have a video, you can send me. Who's Uraka? Let me see.
Uraraka.
Uraka. Oh,
Uh,
I guess I guess the brown hair, but I don't really like her personality. I don't know. I'm not.
the
I don't
face,
like
the
the.
look.
Yeah, I'm not really into like the cute little girl personality characters. I'd rather be like some weird character. Like if I'm going to do a presentation, I'd rather be some kind of crazy character, you know. I don't know what I would do, but
Okay, but we're moving on. We're moving on.
okay, we can move on. We can move on from this.
Yeah,
But if you guys think
yeah.
of anyone character, maybe I'll do it one day. If we find a perfect character for me, I'll go on stream and do a presentation as the character. So, but it has to be the perfect character. So,
If you
we'll
ever
see.
do it, just after that stream, I'll do one with Captain Jack Sparrow imitation.
Yeah, okay. We have a deal. Shake handshake.
Yeah. So my next question is that how do you stay updated with the latest tech news from all around the world?
I just look at Twitter. To be honest, I just look at Twitter and I use I use
Daily.dev.
daily.dev, right? Daily.dev. I always confuse like dev.to, daily.dev, so similar. But I don't know if I would say I look at daily.dev for news. I don't really think so. I use it just to look at articles and stuff, but I don't, they could be old articles, they could be new, but definitely for news, I just scroll on Twitter and I'm like, oh, looks like people are having problems today with something, or there's another drama unfolding.
I don't think that'll
But
be
yeah,
a
Abhishek,
cosplay. That'll be just some
it's kind of
imitation.
cosplay, kind of cosplay.
Yeah, like
If
we're
there was
not just
really a
wearing the
perfect
clothes.
character, I'd go all out. I'd do the cosplay.
Oh,
I'd go 110% on that.
Ellie
But
is
we'd have
determined.
to see. Yeah, we'll have to see.
Okay, so wait. Um, yeah, so I have this question prepared in a notepad for some reason. So, like,
Okay.
what techniques do you use to maintain a focus during like long hours? I think we already answered that kind of.
Yeah, I just drink a lot of coffee and I try to one thing that helps me is I have this playlist on YouTube. It has okay, to be honest, I don't drink that much coffee. I drink like a normal amount of coffee. I think it's not crazy amounts. So, I would say that yeah, I have this playlist and I only turn on the playlist when I'm doing something productive. Like I'm, studying or working on something or a project. I only listen to it then. So I don't listen to it when I'm like playing games or doing random stuff. So when I hear this playlist, I've conditioned myself to be productive. So that's how I stay focused. I have to listen to the music, but it doesn't have any words. It's instrumental music. I think some of it is like anime music, but with no words. And there's some like lo-fi type of music. I don't know if there's any classical music in there, but
Yeah,
yeah,
music with words make me distracted too, so I have to listen to
right.
like
I
normal
can't do the word
instrument.
music thing. Yeah, I can't do that.
How much is a crazy amount of coffee? by Rosie.
Well, okay, I'll drink like this much coffee a day, pretty much, or less.
I think that's not too much.
It's not too much. Yeah, I don't usually, unless I'm at a conference or somewhere where I'm like, okay, I need to be awake this whole time and really like got a lot of energy, I might do two, but that would be crazy. Like you don't want to see me on, two of these. I'll
I'm pretty
be
young. I never developed the habit of drinking coffee, so I always drink water.
yeah, don't drink coffee. You don't need to. You're literally 14. So you definitely don't need to
Yeah,
drink
that's the
coffee.
point.
Yeah, so I don't drink that much coffee, but is this not too much? This is
Okay,
not that much.
what's
Is that
the
a lot? I don't know.
not to Uh, so Udba says that what's the funniest thing that happened during a live stream or presentation? Okay, so I remember this. I was doing some presentation somewhere. I don't remember where actually, and then I forgot the script, and then I turned off my video and then said, "Guys, please chill for some time while I memorize the script again." And then I just muted myself back into reading what I have prepared.
Amazing. I don't know if I've yeah, that's not happened to me before. Oh, Abhishek said that was a lot of coffee. So yeah, I guess I'm just used to drinking it. I don't think it's not that bad. Um what's the weirdest, funniest thing? I don't know if I've ever had like a really something bad happen or something weird happen during a presentation. I'll have to think about it.
Um, Actually, I like you don't have that problem often because like you just you are good at speaking and you make up this stuff in your mind and then you just say what needs to be said. And like when I get a script and then I get that adrenaline rush and then I become mad and then that's when it happened to me. Else I don't think
Okay.
ever I get any forgetting issues during stuff.
Right. Yeah, no, if I didn't know, I would just make something up. So that's definitely happened before. Like I'll just make it up as I go. But
Yeah, memorizing script
definitely
is really difficult and like not like actual stuff.
right. Yeah,
Ashay's got a
I'm not very
strict
good at
mother.
memorizing scripts, to be honest. Like I used to be in high school, we had Spanish classes and they would have us memorize these scripts and then we would have to go up in front of the class and do a like a play basically because she wanted us to do a lot of emotions like
Oh
oh
shit.
my god, why did you leave me or whatever, like oh I broke my foot, like she wanted us really to go next level. I really hated that class so much because I'm so bad at memorizing scripts, and it would be fine if it was improv maybe, but my Spanish isn't that good either, so it was pretty problematic for me in general. I just remember like every time I'd be like I would go up there and she would always deduct points for me because I would literally be like, "Oh my god, why did you leave me?" And then the person would be like acting because they want 100%. I'm like, I just can't do this. And I was fine with the deduction because I'm not gonna act like I just can't. It's really, I couldn't do it. It was too embarrassing because I'm so bad at Spanish, and I can't remember the lines anyways. So I need to stand there and like really search for the lines in my brain. So how can I act and remember the lines? It's just too much. I couldn't do
I
that.
remember once that happened to me in like Hindi class, and then the teacher, and then there was a play in the book about the animals of the jungle, and then the teacher was telling me to act like the elephant in the story, and then it was so like funny.
The elephant. I feel like you're
There
the
were
worst choice for an
I
elephant though.
remember there were deer. There was a deer. There were two like what do you call it? Like baby rabbits, and then there was an
Right, I feel
elephant.
like
There
you
was a
could be like a
giraffe.
baby rabbit or a deer, but I feel like elephant doesn't make sense, you know? You're just like so small, you can't do an elephant. You got to get somebody like really big to be like, "I'm an elephant," you know? I don't know. That's what I
And
think.
then
Unless you're really
like
good at
the
being an
most
elephant,
biggest boy
but
of our class, he was the small rabbit for some reason.
okay, so maybe they just did it on purpose,
Yeah.
I guess. And
So
then
here I get a normal, like a common question that, yeah, I'm living in India, and then um, if I ever find that answer, that what happened to my accent, I would like to find that out. I don't know what happened to my accent, why I have this accent. I don't know.
yeah, the first time we had a coffee chat, I was also really curious about that because I heard your accent and I was like, that doesn't seem right. You know, your accent is very much more neutral than a lot of Indian people that I know. It's very neutral and slightly British, which is weird. So I asked you about it the first time we met. I was like,
I actually can mimic the Indian
you know,
accent, but like it is not natural, you know.
right, right.
Yes,
That's funny though. So yeah, because he
that's
he
so
told
funny.
me that a lot of people in his class will make fun of him or like be like, why do you have not
Yeah,
why don't you have an accent?
like my friends often tell me, like, are you trying to be some American dude? I say, what can I
Right.
do? Like, my accent like this.
I know.
Your
Sad.
teacher
He said
have
it's
some
'cause
issue with
you
you?
watch a lot of like British dramas or something or British
Yeah,
TV.
I watch British content a lot from the childhood. Actually, my dad also used to watch them, so like I grew up watching those.
Right. So it makes sense. I guess if you grow up listening to it, then you're kind of gonna get adjusted to that way of speaking. But that is really funny. Yeah, when you told me about that, you were like, I watch so much British TV that I don't have an Indian accent anymore. I was like, can that happen? But then I think of those kids that watch like Peppa Pig in America. They watch the British Peppa Pig and then they start having British accents. And then they're like, so there's some parents that I heard they don't let their kids watch it anymore because they started getting British accents. And I'm like, oh man, that'd be cool though. You got like a British accent from watching Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig has a British accent. I never watched it.
I think they have an American version and a British version, but yeah,
Oh shit.
they have a Chinese, like mainland Chinese version and a Taiwanese version with like a Taiwan accent for the they have all kinds of languages with Peppa Pig. It's actually a really good show if you're learning a language. Peppa Pig is really good because when they introduce a new vocabulary word, for example, if they said, you know, one of the episodes I watched before was about like them playing in some mud. And so when they introduced the word mud, they kept saying it over and over and they were like, we're jumping in the mud. The mud, you know, we have to wear these shoes to jump in the mud. Like they kept saying it. And so they do that every time they introduce new vocabulary. It's really, really good if you want to learn a new language to watch Peppa Pig.
Okay.
Yeah.
I,
But it's kind of
I
boring
didn't
though,
know that.
because it's, Peppa Pig.
I never watched it because I often open it up, but I thought it was boring, so I just closed it immediately.
Well, yeah, it's boring if you're not a kid, and also you're not learning a language. But if you're learning a language, it's not bad.
Wait, Abhishek, why do you think my teacher has some issue with me?
I think it's because she made you the elephant in the play. I think it was about. I think he
Yeah,
said that when we were
I
talking
think.
about that. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
forgot. I completely forgot about that.
yeah. And
Bro is from
Kyle,
the royal family. Okay,
maybe, maybe in a past life, right?
baby
Oh yeah, he
shark,
said
lol.
previously. Yeah, that's cool, Kyle. Definitely, Peppa Pig is
Kyle has
good
been
for
using Peppa
learning.
Pig.
I advocate for Peppa Pig. I'm like, if you're learning a new language, the first show you should watch is Peppa Pig because it's so good. It's made for literally babies and kids that are very, they're just gathering their, vocabulary words. They're trying to expand their um, knowledge when it comes to language. So it's a really good resource. Yeah, Ashesh, you should watch Peppa Pig if you're learning Japanese. They probably have a Japanese one too.
The Duolingo bird
Anyway,
terrorizes me every night. I have the notifications running in my phone, but I never do my Japanese lessons. I just don't feel like, and then I
I
forget.
know. I used to have a streak and then I stopped. It's terrible.
Bro, elephants have good memory. Look, that's why I told you. Okay,
Oh,
see.
okay. Well, anyway, do you have any other questions? Because I think we've been. You said we were gonna talk for about an hour. So, do you
Yeah,
have
I
any other
think like I
questions
had some
or?
questions in mind, and then
Mhm,
I think we are done with the questions.
mhm. Okay. Oh,
And
you're
the
done with
stream
the
was not
questions, or you do
so.
have more questions?
No, I'm done. I'm done. And
Okay.
what I
Okay.
was saying that my stream was not so about what do you call it? Develop productivity, but it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun. I'm glad you guys came in and talked about
In
random
case
things
in
in
case you
the
didn't know, the
in the chat.
404 podcast, the 404 podcast is meant not to just give you some random knowledge like everyone does that. We're here to give you some bit of knowledge with a bunch of fun.
Okay, that's good. I like the goal of that podcast. So I'm excited to see who else you have on here. Maybe Utpa can be your next guest and you can talk about his home lab or not. Maybe he'll tell you how he eats soup.
I'm probably wait. Oh shit, stupid again.
I know.
I'm probably waiting for some weeks before I just research and take out a good topic again.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, or you could just go with the flow and see, but all right. Yeah,
Let the
we are done
troll
with the
session
questions.
begin.
So feel free to ask
Yeah, do it.
questions. Feel free. That's cool, Ashesh. What's
Yes.
your Twitter? Do I follow him on Twitter? I don't know. Maybe I do. I don't recognize the PFP thing. Let me see.
No, his PFP is like two anime characters.
Oh, well, let me see.
Wait.
Anyway, you
Yeah,
you
I
can send
send
it
you
to me.
his
I don't know if
profile.
I follow
I
him.
send you his profile
Where'd you send it?
in Twitter DM.
Oh, oh, okay. Well, now I follow Ashesh. I have a new friend now, so that's cool.
Yo,
He's
Shash, you got a
he's
new
the
friend.
designer behind your logo thing and everything, all your stuff. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I think I have this design made by him. Let me just check. I think I have it saved somewhere. If I get it, I'll just share it out to you. Like it was so cool. I was just mind blown by looking at the
Yeah,
design.
definitely share it to me.
That, that are you that did you design that? Oh shit.
That's awesome. Yeah, definitely share it. Yeah, and I have heard about Terrace House. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I've heard about it, but I haven't watched it. It does look pretty good though.
Okay, I think you told me about that, but I forgot. Yeah, but thanks for reminding, Ashish.
Cartoon character girlfriend.
Okay, so I think it's time to wrap the session up.
Yeah, and
Thank
I
you
guess I
everyone
guess
for
Upa didn't
joining.
start a troll session.
Yeah, Udba went like
He disappeared.
AFK.
That's okay. We can end it and because I'm gonna do an interview with you literally right after this.
Yeah,
So
I need to go and have the dinner. After which I stay for the interview once more.
yes,
Wait,
yes. And yeah,
um,
Abhishek, I
I'll be
don't
staying with this in case you didn't know.
yeah, you can do it with the hat. Pieces hat. Everybody go download Pieces if you haven't yet and look
Yeah,
at
pieces
Christian's
is
hat.
really cool. Just do it. You may have a chance to get a hat like this.
I know.
Pretty cool.
I'm trying to get Upa participated in that interview. I'm trying to see if I can get Upa some swag because he's been a good sport with the interview. He deserves something. So I'll go. Oh, he's keeping it easy. That's why he's not trolling. It's because it's Friday. Next time you got to do your stream on like a Tuesday, so he'll be in troll mode on Tuesdays. I
We need
think.
Udba in troll mode. Like we need
I know.
the most of fun we can get out
He's
of him.
tired. He's already too tired this week. Me too, me too. So I understand. All right. But it was really good hanging out with you guys. I hope
I
you
was free
learned
during
something
the
about
week, and I'm
productivity.
going to be tired during the weekend.
Right. Well, tomorrow I am going on a plane to that conference. So I'm really excited because I'm going to meet all the pieces people. Rosie's here. We're going to all hang out at that
That's so
conference
cool.
and it'll be cool. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Um, mm, I wanted to go this year, but there's this visa and stuff problem. So another year of waiting, and I
Next
guess
time.
I'll be not going next time again, and then I'll get some problem next time, and then I'll be telling that I'll go next time, and then the cycle continues.
Well,
I
go
don't
to
know
go to a
when
tech
will be the
conference in
chance.
India. It'll be easier. A lot of people do go to I there was
I
this
don't
one
find any tech conference in India
recently.
actually.
I think there's a bunch there. I know there was one recently. I think Francesco went to it like a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
Wix Dev
Didn't you
Studio
see that?
Con.
Yeah, that was one. And I think they have other things too. Don't they have like PyCon India too? Um
Oh shit, I
they
didn't
have a
know
lot of
about that.
tech conferences, I'm pretty sure.
I need to check out then. I think
Yeah,
I'm missing out.
you are definitely. And you should go. I mean, like especially if there might be one like in your city and you don't even know.
Okay, so
So,
Udba is missing on that conference this year. I feel you.
very
I feel
sad.
you. Like I have never went there, so maybe I'm feeling a bit less. But yeah, I feel what is happening in your mind. Yeah, Udba, we're gonna be having the private coffee chat. Let's do that. And
Upa's
Rosie
talking
can
to
wait.
everyone from the chat
Understandable.
now. I know. I'm so excited to meet Rosie. I'm really excited for the talks too. I think it'll be really fun. Um, and for the water park. There's a water park there. Feel the FOMO, Upa.
Rosie's real
Come
awesome,
next
to be
time.
honest.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's time to wrap up once more. So thank you everyone for joining, for interacting, and the point of this podcast, as I already said, is to like do some fun and then give you some time to chill and stuff. So thanks for joining, and thanks for hanging out in the 404 podcast. I think I'll meet you again in the next episode. Until then, goodbye. Bye, Ali.
Bye.
We're
Bye.
just
Thanks
meeting
so much
once
for having
more
me.
after this.
I know. Well, I'll see you later. All
Yeah.
right. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Udba will be in Miami partying.
Have fun. Have fun, Upa. You'll miss out on the tech talks though.
Let me just end